What in the actual fuck? Good evening.
Hi there, I'm your government-mandated pimp.
I hope you got the money to cover this little vacation you've been taking.
We make our way through the forest and then we end up in a fight with a pack of wolves. And Cristales proves that she is a gamer by rage quitting and breaking her time crystals.
How is that possible?
It's not. I don't know what happened. You might have overused it.
We will continue this discussion in St. Clarity. For now, it is time to leave.
So the gang makes it to St. Clarity. Is it just me or does this picture remind you of Winx?
If you desire, you can become one of our bunch. Wings, if your hand is warm. Christopher, you're a local, right? Show us the way to the cathedral.
In a bit. I need to take care of something first. I'm sorry. I'll catch up with you later.
As we make our way through the city, we see this one kid, Mario, get flushed down the sewers. Huh, this reminds me of my life. Instead of running after the little kid, we decided to go around asking people to help us with rescuing the little snot rag who went down the sewers.
Oh dear. And?
That's all you can say? And?
Not my problem. I don't get paid to deal with stuff like that.
You're not going to help us?
No.
Oh great, I guess it's gonna be up to us to rescue the little snot rag. Anyway, we beat the snot out of the jiggle physics. But Cristales is upset that she no longer has her time powers, and Wilhelm gives her the Captain Planet motivational speech.
Power is mine, bitches!
We return the little young man to his mom.
Did you rescue that kid?
Yes, we did. No thanks to you.
Like I said, ain't my job.
We find Christopher arguing with his dad.
Why aren't you with Mom?
Christopher!
What do you guys want?
Well, we were hoping for some help.
Christopher? Who are these people?
These are my friends. Cristales and Wilhelm. They're from Narim.
The name's Armando. Are you refugees from Narim?
No, sir. We're only travelers looking for the cathedral here in the city.
Just got so wrapped up in this. The cathedral is inside the walled city. Let's go.
Christopher rejoins the party and we make our way to the upper part of the city. And we meet Christopher's old friend, Audrey.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Audrey. I'm Cristales.
Chris and Chris, huh? I build mechanical creatures that are powered by the rubies.
A magical automaton. It sounds like something out of an ancient legend.
The energy in rubies is certainly plentiful enough. I suppose it was only a matter of time until someone figured out how to advance the science.
Well, I was advancing until Enzo slashed my budget.
When we get to this city's cathedral, we find that it's different from the one in Narim, and Cristales doesn't feel any connection to her powers.
Matthias, there's something wrong. I don't feel anything special here. Agreed. If anything, this place feels somewhat dangerous.
Was there not supposed to be a Mother Superior here?
Right. But I don't see her.
So we speak to Father Miguel and ask him about the stained glass mural that gave Cristales her powers.
I know this might seem like a strange question, but have there been any renovations to this cathedral in recent years?
Oh, that was years ago.
Do you happen to know what happened to the old glass mural they removed?
I wouldn't know. But perhaps General Enzo might remember. He was the one who ordered it.
All right. Thank you for your help, Father.
Of course, my child.
Father Miguel sends us to look for a General Enzo. Enzo Ferrari. Sorry. Oh, and when you go out of the cathedral, make sure you speak to Zoe. She's basically a walking, talking tutorial. She'll teach you about how to defeat machines and slimes. So we make our way to the town hall.
People in Floodside think they're the only ones who have it bad.
I've got a leak in my roof. Imagine.
Wow, what a bunch of assholes. Oh, and pro tip, always make sure you talk to the local vendors. They will give you a gift.
Supplies of rubies might be going up, but not as fast as the demand for them is.
You sit up here living in luxury, while those who mine the rubies live in squalor.
Yeah! And not only that, you've been monopolizing our resources.
This has gone too far, Armando. You've crossed the line. Guards, take these rabble-rousers out.
Ooh, wait a minute. I didn't notice we meet Risa this early.
Do less talking and more listening, Risa. This is how a leader leads.
Shut up, bitch!
And Fenya's here too? Woo! You'll learn about them later. But for now, skip.
You heard General Enzo. You have to leave immediately. Get your hands off me!
You get your fucking hands off me!
Wait a minute, bitch. The soldiers call him General Enzo, but in the title you'll notice it says Major Enzo. Which one is it?
What finally brings you back home, dear?
It wasn't really a planned thing.
Won't you introduce us to your friends?
Excuse me, miss, but you have a beautiful home. It reminds me of my own village. Only grander.
Thank you. Now that we've modernized the production of rubies, all of St. Clarity has been thriving.
Well, Floodside doesn't really seem like it's thriving.
It will just take time. Eventually the prosperity will reach everyone.
I would think so-called time mages would be able to see that future for themselves.
What are you doing with this guy? All the people you could pick.
I want you guys to notice the theme of this section. It's about rich versus poor, and there's a man in charge. And this game was released, I think, in 2019. Methinks General Enzo is a bad guy.
We just want to know what happened to the stained glass mural that got removed from the cathedral.
I know the mural you're talking about. It was dumped in the waters by the docks years ago, along with other trash from the cathedral.
So, with haste, we make our way to the docks, and we see this massive statue. Wait a minute. St. Clarity is the New York of this universe.
It's an ancient titan, one of the witnesses.
And looks like one of my grumpy aunts.
Look, something's happening to it.
A bunch of black kids would have ran away because, hey, this giant statue just moved, and I'm not fixing to find out what happens next. But these kids are as white as rice.
Ah, hello, darling.
Huh, son of a bitch. The statue is friendly. Well, never mind.
Well, hello. I am Paulina, witness of the ages. I'm always interested in talking to a time mage, especially one who recently lost her powers.
Would you care to explain how you knew that?
I see your shorts match your fuse. Just because I look this good doesn't mean I can't also be good at what I do.
Oh great, the statue's talking about fashion sense. Personally, I prefer my statues silent, cold, and hollow. We are attacked by Galley and Volcano.
What are you doing here? Just when Cristales doesn't have her pat. Ouch!
Christopher!
How could you be so careless?
Oh great! Snitch on us, why don't you? Whose side are you on? And during our struggle session with Galley and Volcano, Wilhelm instructed Cristales to reach out to the mural to regain her powers.
This ruffles my jammies!
World star! World star, mother...
Damn it! Not this again! This is so unfair!
Ugh. Quickly, back to the Empress!
And Paulina gives us some friendly advice, and I feel like she's growing on me like a pimple on your nose.
Come back and visit anytime. Maybe I can even pick out something that would flatter your figure, darling.
On our way out, we find Christopher's mom waiting for us.
Mom? What are you doing out here?
I have a favor to ask.
And she immediately snitches on Enzo, and she signs us on a side quest to look for some missing workers.
What are these rubies? They're what you get when you fuse together a lot of red crystal dust. It has many uses in magic devices. That's why rubies are so valuable.
We've been exporting more of them than ever before, but there are things about the operation that Enzo has been hiding. One of the teams of workers that went up Mount Thysia never came back. I'd like for you to investigate.
I really love when this game makes use of its time mechanics. For example, you can send Matthias into the past to investigate people's motives and see what they are talking about.
Sophia, where are you off to? Do you mind if I tag along?
Oh, Enzo. I'm so sorry, but we're running down to Floodside. I'm going to meet with that new workers committee. They elected a representative.
Oh, really? Why would you give them legitimacy by doing that? They only have power if we pay attention to them.
Enzo, I just don't think it's that simple. You just don't understand, Enzo.
So we continue to Mount Thysia to look for the missing workers to find this red waterfall, which is clearly a warning.
That's a ghastly color, is it not?
It's just the color the water takes when we harvest the red crystal.
So the Three Stooges and Matthias ignore the obvious warning sign and continue on into the forest. Then we run into this machine that's processing animals to get the red crystal dust.
Did that machine just talk?
You are disrupting the extraction process.
What
are you?
I am a processing engine for red crystal dust.
Anyone with common sense would heed the machine's warning and turn back. But no, not the Three Stooges.
8, 7, 6.
Skip the countdown. I'm gonna take you apart piece by piece.
The days have been brighter. I felt less alone. But I am a fighter. So I am never letting go. I'm playing with fire. I'm getting so close. Got so much desire. So I am never letting go.
Viewers, let me ask you a question. What do you think will happen if a 60-ton machine attacked a small girl who is so sweet she gives me a toothache, a skinny twink who looks like Tina Turner in her prime, and a young man who's using Rick Ross's gate as a weapon? What's that? That get passed around like a blunt at Snoop Dogg's concert? I hear you say. I bet you won't believe it took me an entire bloody hour to beat this boss. But beat him I did.
I feel almost sorry for it.
Oh great, she's being sweet again. I'm gonna need a dentist.
I am certainly glad it is gone.
Well, we figured out what happened to the workers. We have to return to St. Clarity and tell Sophia what we saw.
As we're leaving, we find Peter's goggles right next to the machine. Oh gee, I wonder what the game could be foreshadowing.
What are these?
They look like goggles.
Astounding. A brilliant deduction from the young warrior.
They look like Peter's goggles.
When we get back to the city, we find that Peter is missing and there's a couple of guards standing around his house. As we make our way to the main entrance, a guard is standing there who denies us access to the upper part of the city. Christopher comes up with a brilliant idea to use ChrisTales' time powers to plant a seed in the past that will grow in the present and will allow us to climb up the sewer. We make our way into the city to find General Enzo waiting for us.
What brazen foolishness.
Imagine returning here thinking we wouldn't know you sabotaged our crystal processing.
No! We found a horrifying machine that was massacring animals and people alike!
And what evidence of that do you have?
Mom, she's telling the truth. That thing was a monster.
I think we've heard enough.
Guards, take these outsiders into custody.
I don't want to cause any collateral damage by getting into it with the guards here.
And we escape into the sewers like the world's trendiest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey everyone, someone needs help.
Are you sure? Who could that?
I'm not sure, but we need to go help them. Quick!
Oh great, now we're chasing random shit in the sewers. Thanks to the idiot gate-stealing thief, we end up fighting a boss monster in the middle of the sewer.
It was a trap and led us right into it. Stupid.
Look at you. The people of St. Clarity need you right now, and you're crying.
But Maestro, he's only trying...
Don't you know anything?
Go on, Ricky. Curse the bitch out.
You talk a big game, but you've got a lot to learn about motivating your allies during a crisis.
I'm supposed to be a warrior, and I need to act like one.
As the water level starts to rise, we panic and look for a way out. Then Audrey comes to our rescue before we drown in a pool of shit. Then we learn that Audrey is the one who built the machine we fought in the forest.
So Enzo changed its programming?
Yes. From the beginning, he insisted that it needed controls that someone like him could use. Everyone is gathering at the cathedral. You'll find Enzo there.
As we go to challenge Enzo, we find him lying on us.
People of St. Clarity, as I'm sure many of you have heard, we suspect these terrorists were involved in the mountain workers' deaths. Fear not. We have learned their whereabouts, and they will be dealt with.
Oh my god. Stop lying.
And who's going to protect these people from you?
Who let you in?
Enzo is the one behind the missing worker. His machine killed them because he programmed it to do so.
That's a wild fantasy.
Enzo, is what they said true? Did you sacrifice those men?
It's true. I'm sorry to say I enabled it.
Maybe we have gone astray.
Sophia, don't.
If you want to serve St. Clarity, you have to serve everyone.
Oh? Let us ask everyone then.
Should these saboteurs face justice? Well,
Uh-oh, he mad. And guess who was right? The man in power is the bad guy. So viewers, do you think a grown man with years and years of combat experience would get pimp slapped by a bunch of bobble-headed preteens?
Over, Enzo.
Ooh, what have we here? I hope you're not all here on my account. Really, it's simply too much.
Your Grace, what are you...
Enzo. Dear, sweet, stupid Enzo. I always knew you'd fail, but I didn't imagine you'd do it so spectacularly. Do remember what I said. Share the profits. It was that simple. You had your chance, but you just couldn't do it. You got emotional and greedy, my little fool.
But, Your Grace, I was going to... On my honor, I swear it. You must believe me. I was going to...
No, you weren't. Let's not make this more difficult than it is. It's time. Say goodbye to your wealth, to your one-sided love. Well, to everything, really.
Oh shit, this bitch killed Enzo. Isn't that racism?
The Time Empress.
How could you? You're a monster.
Who might you be, little one?
Cristales, stay away from her!
This war keeps me so busy. I'll be seeing you.
Now that Enzo's gone, who will lead us? Crispel, you're a time mage. You see things others cannot. Will you use your powers to guide us?
Fascinating. Who will you choose, Cristales?
Okay, game, I'll give you the excuse that Crispel can see the future. But shouldn't the people of St. Clarity decide a democratically elected leader? I don't know, like a democracy.
Sophia should lead. She has the knowledge and vision to bring St. Clarity into the future.
No, I can't. I'm not a politician or a soldier.
Perhaps that is exactly what we need right now.
So the Scooby Gang decided to grow Crispel's powers, and we talked to Paulina to give us a ride across the ocean. As Paulina walks across the ocean, will she trip and fall? Will our friends make it to Neville Tillera? Will Crispel stop being so fucking sweet? All this and more on the next episode of Christopher Stole Rick Ross's Gate.
Poke a stick at a grizzly bear. Eat medicine that's out of date. Use your private parts as piranha bait. Dumb ways to die.